When I first came here, it was a 3-year temporary position, and I didn't know how long my career might be at William & Mary, but I did fall in love with the place when I first got here. I think I've been extremely fortunate to have around me colleagues who have inspired me, who've exemplified the very best of the work that can be done by university professors. We are extremely fortunate to have the kinds of students that we have to teach here. I wouldn't change anything about my career.
You're a leader, you're versatile, you're committed, you're a pioneer, you're compassionate, you have humility, you're innovative, and you're unsung. Which of those would you value the most, and which would you think would be the greatest attribute that a college professor could have?
I think to be compassionate and innovative. I think to be able to relate to students and where they are at the moment in their lives that you meet them, to imagine what their future might look like, to imagine what the world might look like in their future, and then to think with them in really creative and unusual kinds of ways. I think the Somos and Manos projects, in addition to sort of whatever other value they may have, represent the high point of my teaching experience, because I've had to grow with the students, I've had to learn with the students, I've had to figure out an entirely different way of relating to students. These projects are really the students. They were founded by students and they were initiated by students, and I was invited into them.
Can you speak generally as to how the William & Mary student may have evolved or changed?
15 years ago, there were a lot of students who really wanted to make a difference, and they had fairly romantic ideas about what that would mean. And some not so very critical or reflective. And then as we got 5 years down that path, I began to see students who immediately embraced this mantra that I suggested called "Good intentions are dangerous things." The second mantra we adopted was "Every helping act is a political decision." And what that reflected was my awareness of the students beginning to ask these critical questions like, why is it okay for a bunch of undergraduates to go off to a foreign country and imagine that they know anything that could be of any value in helping people change their lives? And I think Somos and Manos in part have been efforts on the part of these students and myself to try to answer that question. When you begin to decenter your role as professor and decenter your role as researcher and decenter yourself as an agent of change, and instead center the people who are being invited to engage in a process of change, that's really transformative in my view.